Just tune in. This is the 20's podcast.
20's.
And we'll be talking about everything.
20's.
2020.
The 20's, 2020. 2020 vision. The 20's part. What is Okay. Alright, 20's, we're back at it again.
2025, a new year. We told you guys that we're going to take a break. Or rather, we just took a break. And you guys have seen for yourselves why we took a break. So we had to upgrade our audio. We got some feedback from you guys about our audio.
And we just had to switch it up.
We had to. So this break was not without growth. You know? Not just on equipment, but also on ourselves too. We had to grow spiritually, mentally, health wise too. I lost weight, but
You need to get back in the gym.
I will
bro.
get back at it.
You have to. You have to.
And So yeah, we got our first video of the 2025. We're hoping the Lord does a lot of good work through our podcast. Like we say, we had to do a lot of growth. So we had to check if our podcast is really, like, is it helping people grow, bro? Or is it just perpetuating what the world
That's why we
wants
ask
from
people
us?
to just tell us what they like to see. Because
Yeah.
the more information we have from the outside, I feel like the better. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had to do that, and finally, we feel like we're at a good place to start all of that, and with everything, with our guests, with our topics, everything. We're very selective right now on whether how does it impact the people that watch our content. Because I realize, bro, it's not just people our age, but younger too, that watch our podcast.
Of course.
So it's like, you know, we need to be
Of
able to
course.
accommodate everyone, bro. So it comes to a point of also the words we choose. We have to be very specific with our words too. So
So we got the new guest for the year. Introduce yourself, man.
Am I looking at that camera, that one?
Anyone.
Hi guys, I'm KB. But I go by Kabexlo on Instagram. But I think they'll like tag it. in the description.
will.
But yeah, man, I'm just excited to be here. You know what I mean?
we appreciate you for being here. Before we even get into anything, tell us more about yourself. Tell us something that people don't know about you, that you find actually interesting about yourself.
That is such an on-the-spot question. Bro.
We're always on the spot.
We're always on smoke, bro.
Something that I think people don't know about me. I don't know, man. I think I'm like an open book. In a sense of like, if you run into me, like you'll just figure me out in that way. I don't try to hide anything. So yeah, whatever question.
You're very authentic,
Yeah. So nobody can say that like they've met a different version of me. I'm the same person to everyone. So.
So if someone were to be like, okay, let me describe KB to someone new, what do you think they say?
In 5 words.
5 days. I think calm, like chilled. For real. What's the word? You know, I never like to label myself as like intelligent, because I think sometimes you can perceive yourself in that way.
Yeah,
But I think
That makes sense.
a level of emotional and mental intelligence. I think I'm up there. Shit, in 5 words, goddamn.
that is on the spot.
Now, can I get back to you guys on that?
Oh yeah, let's do this.
Alright, cool.
Mind
I'll think
you,
about
I just want everyone who's watching the podcast right now, if you're tuning in live or after a while, we gave KB 5 words. So as the podcast proceeds, just try comment below what you think, and as we get to know him more, just keep going. Let us know. Is he do his description of himself, does it line up, or is he capping?
How would it line up though?
Like, okay, from our conversation that we're about to have,
Okay.
Say he says
so,
he's
so in the future.
yeah. So they have to proof check that. You understand? So basically,
I get you.
so yeah,
So these are the
let's
topics.
get
for
into
today,
it. Let's get into it.
Alright.
And we're back at it again
Ish.
with your host, with the most. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first topic, bro. So these topics we picked them on. We didn't just pick them on how they affect students, those younger, but we try to accommodate all ages. So hopefully, people older than us find these.
I feel like
They
it's
can
for
interact.
someone. I feel like it's for someone who's looking forward towards their 20s,
Yeah.
and someone who's also coming out of their 20s,
Yeah.
like to look in life and be like, okay, how am I gonna get ready for when I'm out of the 20s?
Absolutely.
Basically.
And another thing, bro, is that people forget that just because you're out of your 20s doesn't mean you forget it. No. If you're watching this and you're out of your 20s, please
These are your most vital ages.
understand, bro.
Yeah.
And give advice to those who are still going into their 20s as well. Because people, there's a saying, "Motoge motogabat." It's that saying is very important, bro. Don't just look out for yourself, but look out for other people too. Not for their sake, for sure, but ultimately for your own sake, for your conscience, bro. To have a free conscience, so that at the end of your life, you're like, okay, I did what I had to do, and I can go scot-free.
Nah,
I can
I
go
feel-
conscience-free.
I feel it. I feel it.
So yeah, let's dive into it.
I love the first topic, bro.
The role of your significant other versus your mom, and if it changes when you marry. So
What do you mean by that?
basically, as we break it down, your significant other starts as your girlfriend. Let's start as a talking stage, as your girlfriend and as your wife. How do those roles, how do they change? Because they're ever changing, bro.
Yeah, they
Even as a
all-
wife, a wife's role cannot remain the same all the time. You understand? It's always changing, bro. These are things that progress in time. Because as a person, you always find out more about yourself. You understand? So we can't just say it's basically a fact. But rather,
For me, changes depending on how the other significant other is in your life. Like, you can't treat your girlfriend the same as a wife.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, in order to, you can't treat them as your wife, but you have to be able to know that you can treat them if need be. If push comes to shove, you have to have an emotional intelligence that says, okay, bro, just because you're not my wife doesn't mean I'm not going to give you wife's treatment. But at the same time, it has to be, we have to hold women accountable too, because just because you're my girlfriend doesn't mean you have to be able to present yourself as a wife in order to be treated as a wife.
But then, how does it come? What do you mean by the mom? Where does the mom come in?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, say for instance, right? Okay, let's put it like this. Perfect. When the Bible says a man will leave his wife, his mother. Whoa.
What are you? This is nigga say.
Don't quote me on that. Genuinely, don't quote me. A man will leave his mother and become one with his wife. You understand? So your mom's roles, they change in time. So initially she was the caretaker. She knows your heart. No one knows your heart more than your mother.
True.
I speak for myself. I know I speak for you, and to an extent, I feel like I speak for you too. You understand?
So basically, what I'm getting is the question is basically, as time goes, how do the roles change between mother and the other significant person in your life?
I think like Kat said, like roles are ever evolving. But then it's a matter of like meeting each other at a point where you're like, okay, so basically like earning it on either side. Like I can't treat you like my wife if you clearly don't treat me like I'm your husband. In a way.
Exactly.
That's how I feel, bro. That's why I feel like I can't treat you like in the Bible. It says you should, when you meet a man, the man shouldn't look for a girl. We should look for a wife.
Absolutely.
So it's hard for me to give you wife treatment if you're not moving like a wife. So for me, that's where it all starts.
literally, bro. There's no mention in the Bible of the word girlfriend.
Yeah, dating isn't a thing in the Bible.
Dating
Yeah, it's
isn't
not
a
a
thing in the
thing.
Bible. It's a thing the world presents to you. And you know what the problem is? People people like to perpetuate what the world gives you. So you're gonna go with flock mentality, bro,
Yeah.
where it's like, this is what the Bible, what you know to be true, what you've seen in your life to be true. But since the world says this, what am I gonna do?
Can hold
I'm
this
gonna give in to the flock mentality and go with the world. You understand? So my thing is, sure, let's start at this point. Your mother, she knows your heart.
Yeah.
She knows who you are in and out. Now, I feel like so many men, so many gents get to find themselves so. That's where you get the term mother issues from. Understand? I think so many men don't grow out of that motherly care. They stay in that position so much that when you find a woman that knows how to treat you right, as a wife should, you can't. You question it. You're like, bro, is this genuinely what it is? And to a point, you compare it to how your mother would treat you.
But I don't think that's wrong. I don't think comparing the love your mom gave, obviously like different things about it. I don't think comparing the love your mom gives you and the love your wife gives you, I don't think it's an incomparable thing, because at the end of the day it's supposed to be loved and cared for.
Yeah.
That's like what you want. That's what your mom gave you.
Yeah.
And that's what you expect from this person.
Okay.
But obviously not to the same standard, because your mom knows you, has known you for like what, 20 plus years.
And that's
now?
unconditional love.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's unconditional
Yeah.
love as well. But I don't think it's insane to want that capacity of love from like your wife. Like,
For me personally, one thing I've noticed, especially when I'm dating, is I look for my mom in a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was raised in a certain way. So whenever I get comfortable with a girl, that's because I can feel that energy of how I grew up. Like she can actually, I see that she cares for me.
Yeah.
Like you don't find girls often who are like, how was your day? Genuinely. Like, yeah, what did you eat today? Have you ate today? Oh shit, you haven't ate today. You know what? I'm gonna make you some food. Because that's how your mom would move.
Yeah.
You come back from school, you were
Without
busy the whole
questioning.
day without questioning it. She wouldn't be like, you want me to cook for you? She's gonna be like, oh, you come from school. He's hungry. Let me make some.
let me ask you guys something. Do you think the idea of like unconditional love is like do you think it's an idea, or is it like something you could proper run into?
Just turn it up.
Okay.
What did you say?
I'm saying like unconditional love. Do you think it's an unrealistic sort of thing to want from someone? Or do you think you could find someone that can show that to you? Like, do you think you could love someone unconditionally? I think that's crazy.
Remember that conversation we had last
Wait,
night?
he's saying he thinks that's crazy. Why?
I think, especially like for niggas, I can say niggas, right? Call-
Yeah, for sure.
I think for like niggas, bro, we love like with condition. Not me.
Okay.
And I feel like why is it so crazy to like not hold that same standard for women as well? Because I feel like a lot of the women you're gonna run into, they want that treatment, but that like without actually showing that they deserve it. So they expect that conditional love.
Yeah. It's an expectation. It's like already written into the law book of love, and that's not true.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy because like they already have it ingrained. So how do you find a hand that's so level-headed and is like, oh nah.
You know how I can answer that. One thing when I look for in a hun is how she was raised. I feel like how she was raised tells you a lot about how she will be unconditional and not conditional with love. Because I'm gonna be honest, for me, when it comes to love, I'd say it's conditional. Because I grew up in a household where men would do certain stuff. I grew up in a very traditional household. So men would do certain stuff and women do certain stuff. Example, men are the protectors. They're like the breadwinners. And women take care of like the home. They raise the children. So that's where for me it becomes conditional.
But
It's like I know I have to do certain stuff, but at the same time, you also have to do stuff. So
Yeah.
that's where you find maybe doing research background on like knowing a girl. Okay, if your mom raised you, if you were raised in a household where you saw your mom how she was being conditional with your dad, then it's gonna be implanted in you. Okay, I saw while growing up, this is how my mom was treating my dad.
Yeah.
So this is how it's supposed to be. Personally, that's why I don't fuck with girls who don't got fathers, bro.
Crazy.
I'm sorry, bro.
That's crazy.
It's like thing is, she don't know. She didn't grow up in a environment where she saw how the woman treats the man.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like okay, so you don't know a lot. And if I try to teach you how to get beefy,
Yeah.
but nah, what the fuck? What do you expect this from me? It's like
You remember-
tell shit.
Same conversation we had, bro. It's like the problem is now everything boils down to the world, bro. The problem is the world. Cover why I say that women girls that don't grow up with fathers. There's not a problem with that, bro. Some of the most. Let me put it like this. I'm gonna contrast two things. I don't know if I can compare them, but look at single mothers, most powerful women in the world. Not on the world's basis of what power is, but
They're super moms.
they're super moms. Bro. You understand? So it's the same thing with girls who grew up in like single parent households. You choose where you go. You understand? You choose what you do from
No,
there.
it's just the basis for me. It's like if you do, it's like growing up in a rich family. It's like you have ground levels that you were started above your peers.
For sure.
So it's like, yeah, the one who grew up in a single family can get there,
Yeah.
but the other one had more leverage at
absolutely.
the start.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it also boils down. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disagreeing with you. Like you said, that's your opinion. But I'm also gonna voice an opinion, right? So it's a thing of what you base your what's valuable to you. Is it something tangible? Same example. Someone talk about money. Someone who grew up in a household where money is everything, and someone who grew up in a household where money is they didn't have money.
True.
Their values are different. So if you grew up in a household where you value money, but you didn't have money, what are you gonna do? By all means necessary, you're gonna try to get to that point where you have money. That's where you start losing yourself. So that's why I say single parent households. It's like a girl has to have strong morals, bro, and they can't be based on herself. It has to be based on a higher power that implements, not implements, but with a strict rule, bro, with a iron fist rule. That, bro, this is what morals are, and you're not gonna bend them to facilitate
so I'm
yourself.
seeing what you're saying is you can be raised in a single household, but it comes down to the morals.
It comes down to the morals.
Ultimately, you decide the person you want to be.
Exactly, bro. We're all dealt a hand, sometimes fair, sometimes unfair.
Yeah.
That's the way the world goes.
How you play those cards.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Now, with that question, bro, what was the question again? Your question.
Nah, like I don't think we actually answered that.
I try to, in terms of how do you get the girl who's like unconditional, no, who's like,
Oh, unconditional love.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
think
but
it's a real thing?
yeah, you think it's a real
Yeah.
thing.
I say it is, bro.
Same.
I say it is.
Niggas like,
I think it also boils down to your definition of unconditional love.
It's like when no matter what this person does, I could never look at them in a different way. Obviously, bar like crazy shit, like you murdered my whole family, cold blood. That's different.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like it doesn't matter what we're going through, what you're going through.
Yeah.
Situations like won't change between us.
Yeah.
I
It
just don't
always
think that's
remains
true.
the same.
I don't think that's true. Though.
I think it also boils down to morals. You know why? Like, bro, if I do something to you, man, are you gonna let that change who you are? Are you gonna? Because how you react is who you are.
Yeah, true.
So, say I do something bad to you, are you gonna Are you gonna react to it in a bad way? Mind you, say, okay, I tried to give you unconditional love and move on. Or you're gonna say, okay, this is how I am, and I'm gonna do my best each and every time. You understand? But at the same time, there's also a point where you have to call it quits. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's what
think.
we talked about last night.
Yeah.
When to actually be like, okay, you're not the person.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
okay, the second topic I got is I want him to answer this.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the importance of having a really close friend in like uni? Like
an important close.
like
Close
basically the
Close
importance of having like a really close, not close friend, but like a friend group,
A friend group.
especially when you're in varsity.
Alright.
Yeah.
I think there are a few like more important things for uni, like when you get there, because you can only do so much alone. Not to say
Yeah.
that like you won't get to where you want to go alone,
Yeah.
but life is collaboration, and you're always gonna need people or like someone that you can confide in,
Absolutely.
even if it's like, oh, we're gonna study together. But the whole, I think it's also like a matter of like what the world forces on you as well, with things like hustle culture,
Yeah.
with things like, oh, I don't really need a group of people, I can do everything alone. Calm, cool. Say you get to the point you want to get to. Okay, who's with you now? You know what I mean? Like who's standing next to you?
That's hard.
So,
Facts.
man, like don't ever let them lie to you, man. Like you need people. Like
Yeah.
what you said.
Mutu
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 kabat.
kabat.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts, bro. It's real shit.
How you
fine.
feel about it, bro?
I think genuinely, like he said, bro. Like you're always gonna need a close friend. Always. Just like in the Bible, Jesus had all the means. He could do anything. He didn't need anyone. But what did he do? He had confidants, people he could confide in. The most powerful man on earth had someone he could confide in, someone he could cry to.
And you know what I like about him personally? He had people around him from different cultures, from different
everywhere.
upbringings.
Backgrounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
different personalities. It's like he could manage being around everyone. basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it didn't make. It's like the way you come, I take you as you are. I don't try to. Okay, he did change them. He did change them.
Yeah.
But it's like, and I was saying, you give a person grace in order. Your grace is supposed to allow a person to see how flawed they are.
But I have an unpopular opinion. I feel like though it's a good thing. It's a good thing to have a really close group friend and like especially varsity. But I don't think people should really rely on it. I don't know. I feel like you should be able to like when you want to be able. Let's say you're around people, you feel good, you're communicating with people. I feel like you should be able to be with yourself and still have that type of energy. For me, it's very important. I don't know why. There are times when I can go through like a week where I'm like, okay, it's like maybe my coworkers. I can go a week where I'm like communicating with everyone. I'm just thinking, but then there's a time I'd be like, okay, you know what? This week, maybe during my lunch breaks, I'm just gonna concentrate on myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go outside, take a walk, listen to music. You got. So I feel like you should be able to also have, I wouldn't say yourself, but be able to
I think saying like you should be able to have yourself is the best way. to
not
put it.
yourself, but you should be able to indulge in your own energy.
Be comfortable in
Yeah,
your own space.
in your own space, basically.
But I think everything's like a balance in that way. Because if you're with people too much, then you forget how to be yourself. If you're with
Yeah.
yourself too much, you forget how to be with other people.
Yeah.
So it's about like striking like a fine enough balance to exist without dependency on too many things.
True.
You know what analogy I like to use? Like wolves. They travel in packs, right?
Yeah.
But let's say one day I decide, you know what, I want to explore the forest. I want to be able to roam into the forest, but not be scared.
Yeah.
Be like,
So
yeah,
that's
I'm
a-
roaming
yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
Then at the end of the day, I'm like, how? Yo, where's the group at? I'll go back to the group.
Yeah, no, that's
Can always
really
do
good.
it.
Yeah, let's go.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel about it.
So, On the same topic, I know it's like one of the most painful things that you can experience as a person. One of the most is like losing someone that you really thought was your friend. So I know a lot of people struggle with it. How this is directed to you? How would you?
Why is it directed to him? Who'd you lose, gang? Who did he lose?
Sounds like you have good psychology.
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't know,
Like, what friend did you lose?
What's going on? Like,
This is directed to you.
My fault.
nah,
So, in your case, how have you moved from it and be able to heal? In a
Especially a
healthy-
friend that you really enjoyed spending time
you
with.
have history with.
Yeah.
You have memories with. How do you move from it healthy without losing
I think
yourself?
that's a great question because I'm navigating that right now. So, nah, man, it's tough, you know, because like this person is like person you communicate with all the time, confide in this person, like they are like your person.
Yeah.
But ultimately, damn, like you said, sometimes you gotta know like when to call it quits, or when it does end, you gotta understand that like things, people, they come and go.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And all you can do is really react off of that. But you gotta take the good that came from that and carry that with you.
Ooh, I love that.
That's fine.
That's really all you can do.
Yeah, because I always say I don't understand when friends break up and there's animosity.
It's like
It's
you
like-
only remember the bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like like I'm sorry for the bad language, like but that nigga fuck him. Yeah, that nigga's not real. For me, when I see someone that I used to be a friend with and we're not friends anymore, no matter how bad it ended, I'd like dab you up. Like
Yeah.
like we were friends, bro. It's
In
like
honor of
yeah,
everything we've
it's
been
like we don't need to be close. I'll just love you from afar.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because we did have good times, bro. We had good times. I'm just gonna love you from afar.
And times I would never take back. Like they shape who you are.
Yeah, now they do.
You wouldn't be where you are right now without them. Understand? They played a huge role. Ultimately, it was bad. No. Ultimately, it was good, but at the moment, it was bad. But for the greater good, I guess.
Fair enough.
Next topic.
You check it out.
Why is that directed at me? Who's in your ear, bro? Who's in your ear?
So the next one,
Bro, you're the
basically.
guest.
So basically, the next one is how do you reconcile relationships and breakups? Basically, yeah.
I know that. So, rather, how do you? Are you Christian?
Yeah.
Alright, perfect. I don't know why I just asked that because I know you are. But for the people, like
Okay. Now they know. Now they have that little bit of knowledge.
Yeah. So, like we said, bro, the word girlfriend is not in the Bible. The word dating is not in the Bible. The concepts are not in the Bible. So the word breakup is not in the Bible too. Relationship, definitely. So how do you reconcile? Because the Bible says if it was love, it would never fail. If it fails, then it was never love. Now, we also get, as people, we understand that after a breakup, what do? You go back, you try again, you try again, you try again. When is it at that point where it fails? How do you reconcile that? How do you reconcile a breakup with your biblical knowledge, from a biblical standpoint?
Please reframe that question. Just like ask it a different way.
So, like I said, breakups are not in the Bible.
Okay.
If it fails, it was never love. Love never fails. So we know that people break up a lot of times. But, but what do? You go back, you try again, you try again, you try again. So let's start at this. If you break up for the first time, does it mean it failed? Or is it just a hiccup? Would you say that's reason enough to say this failed? I'm on to the next.
Yeah, it's definitely reason enough.
Is it?
Yeah, because like relationships, always take two willing people. Right? So if I feel as though the first time round, I'm good now, then I'll always be unwilling. So I guess I don't agree with saying if it failed, it was never love. Because then, how would you know what love is there? You know what I mean? If you keep saying that every situation you find yourself in was never love because it didn't succeed.
That's also what I was getting into. Like, does it mean that everything else that you've been through, does it mean that was never love too? Like you said, you have so many breakups and they don't work out. Does it mean that you never experienced love in that situation?
Nah, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I think even in those like situations that failed, even in the moments where it didn't like necessarily line up with your idea.
That nigga don't fuck with your idea, bro. You don't fuck with your ideas.
No, not laughing at it. I was laughing at the kid.
Oh.
Like even if it doesn't like align with your like perceived idea of love, doesn't mean it wasn't that. You know what I mean? You can always take something from every breakup you've been through, and I just don't think I don't think it feels right. I don't think it's fair to the people you've been with. I don't think it's fair to yourself to say that was never love because it didn't work out. So.
Because remember last night we were having this conversation where Kat was like, he came to the realization that he doesn't think he's ever been in love. Yeah. I was like I felt that, man. But then while we were talking, I sat back and I was looking at my previous relationships. And for me, I've always came to the conclusion though, I feel like I've been in love. I feel like just because maybe let's say there's a relationship didn't work out and you don't think maybe they loved you, doesn't mean that you didn't love them.
For sure.
And I feel like it changes. The love changes, like a wife. The love you have for your wife is not the same love you have for your mom. So I can have a girl, right? I love you. That's how I know it's real. I can have a girl, I love her, we break up. You know how I know it's love? We break up, but I still love you. But then the love that I'm gonna give you is not the same love I'm gonna give my sister. It's not the same love I'm gonna give to my new girl, basically. I can love you as someone who I care about.
Yeah.
Like I care about you. For me, that's still love.
For sure.
So that's why I feel like I have loved before, but it's not like the same love. It changes, basically. That's how I just feel about it. And that's how I try to go through like breakups and just moving on. Because the moment where I'm like, fuck this person, I'm just killing myself, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, let's say you were with them for a year or 2 years. Now you hate them. So you're saying those 2 years, you just wasted them to end up just hating that person. So, yeah, for me, it's like, nah, bro.
But also,
There were bad times, but I'm not just gonna disregard the good times. Like I'm gonna still love you, I'm not gonna give you the same love. Yeah.
So what do you mean
So-
never?
Bruh, this
I would-
nigga,
I
bro.
would- that's
We're
what
chilling, we're chilling in the car, bro. He's like, bro, you know what I realized? I've never been in love.
crazy.
I'm like, yo.
that's what I want to address, bro. So it also comes back to was it really love? Understand? So I came to a realization that love is not a feeling. I did a lot of things according to how I feel. So I had to put my heart to rest and do things according to fact. Like say your parents love you, bro. Do they love you because you feel that? No. They show it. Exactly. And what does it become? It becomes fact. It becomes a known fact that person, one now, God. So it's literally like that. I dealt with emotion so much that as soon as you stopped stimulating me emotionally, I felt like this is where the honeymoon phase ends and this is where I call it quits. I cannot lie on my life. That's what I did. That's usually what I did, bro. And that's why I had to correct myself because I realized I was wrong, bro. Don't get me wrong, the other parties were willing. I think they understood love more than I did. They were willing to fight for it, bro. You understand? But it also came to a thing of I just didn't trust people. Understand?
Yeah, this nigga, bro. When I first met him, bro.
What did I do?
When I met you, nah, bro, this nigga had a tendency of if you were his friend, nah, and you do him wrong once, just once, the slightest, he cuts you, bro. He cuts you. He's like, fuck this nigga. Like, and I always tell him that's not how friendship works,
I
bro.
mean, I get protecting your peace, but damn.
Like, one thing, bro. One thing, he's like, I'm done with this nigga. I'm like, huh? What you mean? Cause I have like people in my life that I've like had for a long time, and we go through ups and downs. Dog. We can go through like, I feel like they did me wrong, and I'm gonna be like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna talk to you for a while, but I always know we're gonna solve it. And when we do solve it, we like fight verbally, like, nah, nigga, you did me wrong. You did this and you did this. Then we get to a point, okay, I didn't know that's how you felt. Yeah, and I tell them, okay, I didn't know that's how you felt. It's like, okay, how do we stop it from happening again? And so this nigga, bro, like,
Let me ask you a question on what you're saying.
Mm.
How many times is that back and forth gonna happen until you realize it's a consistent thing between you guys?
Exactly.
no, that's the thing. The same thing shouldn't happen.
Okay. So
Yeah,
if it's like
the same thing
different
shouldn't
little
happen, but different
Okay.
things will happen. Like, you
Okay.
guys will get in predicaments that you've never. That's why it's important after you guys air out what happened. The main question is like, okay, how do we stop it from happening again? But that doesn't mean something else is not gonna happen. But when that something else does come, you sit down. Okay, this one that just happened. How do we stop this one from happening again? Basically.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's a fair.
Because there's no, especially that's how also you know it's conditional. Cause like your mom, bro, your family, you will fight with your family.
True.
You will fight with
But
your
you're always
family.
gonna make up.
You're always gonna make up at the end. It's just the most important part is, okay, what did we fight about? How do we make sure we don't get to that point again? Yeah. So, bro, this nigga, he cuts. I'm like, no, bro. What you
Although I
just-
stopped it though. Like
Did
I did, yeah. Nigga, I mean,
I
it's
see. That didn't sound believable at all.
can I justify that? Okay, let me not justify it. Let me explain it.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't wanna. Okay, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I know how much it means to have someone I call a friend, and how much I care for you, bro. Genuinely, I will move mountains for you because you're my friend. Like, genuinely, as a friend, I feel like there's nothing I shouldn't be able to do for you. Except no gay stuff. But
Nobody was thinking that, bro.
No one was thinking
Nobody
that,
was
bro.
thinking that.
No one was.
I just had to.
You
put
were
it
the
out
only person thinking about that.
Except I had to put it out there. So there's nothing I shouldn't be able to do for you. Now, if we get to a point where, because I know how much how well I would treat you, bro. Understand? I wouldn't want to do anything to compromise you, bro, and our friendship. So if you do that, it's like, okay, you don't treat me like I want the same treatment. Understand?
But
So
that's where it comes to where then you go to that person and you tell them, bro, I expect better from you, because people are not perfect. Probably that guy has never been in a genuine relationship. So now you're gonna teach them how to be in a genuine relationship, like as friends. So you tell them, okay, bro, I did not expect you to treat me like this because I wouldn't treat you like this. And if it's a genuine friend, they'll actually listen to you and be like, okay, I hear you, bro. But if it's someone who's not supposed to be in your life, that's when you probably will see it happen again. You see.
I had to learn
I
that.
also think, like I hear what you guys are saying, but I think to some degree, what you're saying is unfair.
Okay. I
Because
thought you were about to agree.
No,
Genuinely.
no. Let me explain why I
Yeah.
say it's unfair. Because like nobody's gonna ever love you the way you love them, or they're never gonna treat you the way you treat them.
Yeah.
Right. So it's an unfair expectation, even if you're like a move a mountain type of friend. But they're like I'll just push them out.
Yeah.
You can't really get upset at that, because then you're sort of setting yourself up for failure, right? It's about meeting this person where they are,
Yeah.
but also not like tolerating shit behavior.
Yeah.
But also understanding that like this person probably won't like do all of that shit but it's about what they're capable of doing for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel
Yeah, I think.
for me to balance.
Yeah.
I think it's genuinely what I had to learn, bro. About like one of the things I had to learn is that people are not perfect, and the same way I receive grace from the Most High is the same way I have to give grace. It's, the only thing I'm struggling right now is to what extent. Okay, let me not say I'm struggling, but
Trying to understand.
I'm trying to understand to what extent I give grace, because say someone does some, the person you love the most, bro, a person kills that person. Grace is saying I'm gonna forgive this person because they're only human, and they do not know what they do. The devil's in their ear. They're so locked in their sin that they can't get out of it. That's grace, but it's like the enemy though. The enemy don't want that, bro. You understand? What to what?
Something you have to learn.
Yeah. How do? Because I feel like, okay, let me put it like this. It's very unfair, bro. You understand? It's what you guys are saying is true. That person would push the mountain. He's not perfect, but it's extremely unfair that you won't go to the same lengths that I would for you. True. Understand?
So that's where choosing the right people comes. So if you see this person was not willing to push the same mountains, that's when you stay.
Yeah.
But then you have to at least let them know what you want in a friend.
Yeah.
Because it's unfair to be like, okay, they'll just be the perfect friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Okay, thank you. Let me just go fish the peach. Nah, I'm just gonna go fish the peach. I'm hungry, Jens.
I hear that.
You can go.
We're still gonna keep rolling. So, yeah, bro, that's one of the things I had to learn. Like you said, it's not a joke, bro. I did really cut people off. Like one strike, you're gone, bro. So right now it's like same thing with relationships. The reason why I say I've never been in love is because, like we said, love is not a feeling, it's an action. So when it comes to a point where you stop stimulating me, I don't show it by action that says, I'm gonna keep loving you. What do? My actions say, I push you away. So that's why I say, rather, they've been in love with me, but I never understood love, and I was never able to truly give unconditional love, because I've always received unconditional love from my family, from my people, but giving it is a different case. You
I think you
understand?
and I have the opposite problem.
So-
The complete opposite problem.
Okay.
Like for you, you're saying one strike, you're done, man.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, repetition.
Okay.
But it was like on my end, it was like I'm giving them grace because they're only human,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Continue to do that, even in like relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I was always so like forthcoming with like love and grace, so much so that it actually became a problem
Yeah.
when they weren't doing that for me. That's why I was
Yeah.
saying it's kind of unfair. But as a person, that's what you want. That's what you
Yeah.
expect. And
That's
I
what
expect you to do.
You would love that, bro. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. Because you're talking about grace and giving a person grace. But my whole struggle was, when does it stop being grace? And when does it stop
Yeah.
being like, nah, this guy's just fucking.
You understand? Literally, bro. Because we're human, bro. Our grace is only to an extent.
Okay,
You understand? We can only give. Our grace is not unlimited. That's how we're built. That's why we're so flawed. So at some point you have to say, bro, I've had enough. Now it's not about grace. Now it's about you treating me like ingenuinely, bro. Understand? Yeah. Next topic.
Do I have the phone?
Yeah, you do.
You guys turn up and then they start running.
We got Duke's Pizza.
Duke's
Um,
pizza, bro.
How does it look?
This shit
Out
has
of 10?
pineapple, bro.
This guy. This guy.
Oh,
You know what this guy said to me, bro? He's like, when are you gonna grow up, dog, and eat pineapple?
I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with pineapple on pizza.
Nah, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you lost it, guys. Just in the chat, in the comments,
What
how
are
do you
you
guys
talking
feel
about?
about pineapple?
Bro. If you guys want to cancel mans, okay, let me not say you got the green light, but like, you know.
Nah, guys, for pineapple. This is the
Wait,
hill
wait,
I'm willing to die on. Pineapple is up.
Out of 10, rate the aesthetic.
5.
Bro. Would you rate it, bro?
Solid like what? 7.3 or something?
That's proper, bro.
It says 7.3.
Food.
0.3.
Everyone,
Yeah.
like food
Yeah.
critics, bro. They use points.
Niggas are too bougie.
I give like this like an 8, bro.
Nah, it's crazy.
Presentation,
Nah, it's crazy.
beautiful, bro.
Alright,
That's,
the
D,
next.
that's D1 glazing. Nah.
D1 glazing is crazy, bro.
Alright, the next topic now. Basically, it's how it feels when someone loves you themselves versus when they love you through Christ's love. Basically, what's the
Okay.
difference?
So before we answer that, are we gonna pray? Or
Nigga, I already took a bite.
Now you gotta go.
now you gotta pray.
Yeah, first
Alright, we can pray. God, thank you for the food we're about to eat. Thank you for the day. Thank you for the prosperity. And just bless us throughout the whole year and bless our family, keep us all safe. And yeah, just honestly, thank you for the pizza, man. I'm really hungry. Amen.
Nigga said I'm really hungry.
Alright, so did you guys hear that though? The next topic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
KB, my boy, do the honors.
Should go hard.
Yeah.
Taste that.
Pineapples. This is my first time having pineapples on
They
pizza.
both are pineapples, bro.
Oh.
How did that happen? Shit.
You spoke it into existence, bro. No.
But I think
This is good, bro. This is good.
if someone loves you as themselves, it's always to a certain point. Because if they're loving you through Christ's love, that's like a perfect love. It's a pure love. It's a real love.
I love that you use the word pure.
So, from like a religious standpoint, you can only do so much as like self. But once you invite Christ into the things that you do, then I mean, what can't you do? So if you find someone who's like loving you the way that Christ loves you, or tries to, anyways,
Yeah.
shit, let's get it. You know what I mean?
It will work out.
Yeah, it has to. Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely, bro. I
How do
agree.
you feel about the whole thing?
Like you said, your love is always gonna be conditional. But when you understand what true love is, like you said, pure, real, true love, you're gonna discard your idea of love and try to give the next person a sort of what the world defines as an unrealistic, unreachable level of love. And if you give a person love through yourself, you're always gonna fail. That's just true, bro. It's just true. It's always gonna be. It's gonna be toxic. It's gonna be selfish. It's gonna be unconditional.
You know what I've noticed now? The relationship where we actually prayed. I've had one relationship in my life where we actually prayed, like together. And for some reason, that was the longest relationship I've ever been in. For me, it showed me that, okay, the more you have God in it and the more power you give him, is the more he can make it prosper. Personally, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Because since then, I've never been actually in a relationship where we both pray together. Yeah. So that's something that I just noticed.
And the relationships after that, they were horrible.
You see,
Not
I wouldn't
horrible.
say horrible.
Horrible, crazy.
Bro,
Horrible, crazy.
yo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Those were his words. I love each and every one of you, bro. It was not horrible, trust me.
But they were a means to an end.
Yes.
Yo,
It was casually brought up.
What's your beef, bro?
okay. They were bound to fail.
They didn't have I'd say they didn't have what do you call that thing in a building where it's like the most important?
Foundational.
Yeah, they didn't have a good foundation. Basically.
Strong foundation.
Yeah,
Power.
yeah.
Facts.
Basically, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Let me try that.
What you want, money, guys?
Hold
That
on.
shit slap.
Let me take a bigger piece.
Of course. Of course you're gonna.
Gluttony.
Of course.
Gluttony.
Of
That's a
course.
sin what you're doing. This guy, that's gluttony.
That's crazy. Putting me on blast is crazy.
Nigga, bro.
Nigga said that's a sin what you're doing, bro. Nah. Yo. No.
So you guys would say then we can all agree that the more you have the Lord in your relationships, the better.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
The next topic then is this is the last topic we have for today. It's what's one habit now or mindset you've changed that's made a difference in the way you live your life.
Bro, can I just say, no?
Like
I don't
just
like
one
that
habit.
I don't like that I can taste the pineapple, bro. The
Ah, can you
crunch.
taste it?
Yeah.
And
Feel
it's
the
sweet.
crunch. It's sweet, bro. I don't like sweet pizza, bro. I feel like I'm eating pizza with sugar. You like that?
I'm so disappointed, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
So disappointed, man. Can't lie. Thought you niggas is tapped in.
Nah, no one is tapped in with that. I don't want to be tapped in.
If that's what it means, bro.
I don't want to be tapped in.
Call me out. I'm Kendrick in this bitch.
Call me out, bro. I promise, man. If I was at home, I would have took.
It can't be that bad, Jesus. It's never that bad.
Now we're around people. I can't move, bro. I can't move like
Yo,
that,
bro. I don't think I want pineapples on my pizza again, bro.
Nah, it's an acquired taste.
That's what they say.
Nah, you'll get there, bro. You'll get there.
You know what he's like, bro? You cover those niggas that they get to a restaurant. There's a waiter ready for them to pour the wine in, bro. Instead of tasting the wine, what do they do?
Guys, you'll get there. One day you guys will get there. I'm telling you. Your eyes will be open.
Close my eyes.
Close my eyes.
Nah, bro.
Please repeat the question, bro.
Basically, it's what's one habit or mindset now you've changed now that's made a big difference in the way you live your life. Just one habit or mindset that has changed and it's made a big difference.
I'm just kidding.
Right, bro. No, explain yourself. What was that?
Nah, that was just joking.
Both cameras, both microphones. What was that, bro?
Cut that out.
You could have just said celibacy. I'm not cutting that, bro.
So, I would say the mindset is I stopped trying to do this myself and allowed Christ to do it too. Basically, I found purpose. I stopped living without purpose. Yeah. That's how, because when I lived without purpose, what did I do? I tried anything and everything.
Yes.
Remember the conversation we had when we were shooting? We were like, the reason why don't get me wrong, we had motion. There was real motion, but the motion wasn't fulfilling. It's like, even if you do things that really get you on top of the world, when you look at the world, it's gonna be dark and empty to you. Except if you move with purpose, you understand? Because when you move without purpose, what are you gonna do, bro? It's like you're gonna conform. You're literally gonna conform. You're gonna give in to anything and everything. That's when you start popping Xanax, Molly, drugs. You understand? That's how it goes.
Crazy job.
That's how it goes, bro. All I'm saying. So, the moment I found purpose, I stopped trying to live for myself. And I know for sure my life is set. I stopped having expectations. Take everything as it is. Appreciate the small. You understand? Because the more it's like, how can you trust yourself with something that's big when you can't appreciate the small that you have? If my homie back at home, man, we had a conversation, he's like, bro, You know what I want you to do? Each and every morning when you wake up, when you pray, thank God for one thing. Think of literally anything. Bro, you realize there's people, kids out there, bro, that don't have a place to sleep every night. There's kids out there that don't have water, food. Like, I remember last week, bro, I didn't eat for a whole day. The second day I ate, bro, I'm like, damn. I'm like, Lord, when I was praying for the food, I'm like, Lord, thank you. I was starving. And I stopped myself. I'm like, no, I was hungry. Why? Because there's kids out there who actually starve. Understand? So if you can't appreciate the small that you have, you will never appreciate
The big.
that you're gonna have. So it's like when I started changing that, is when I started seeing, it's like the world became brighter. Understand? Like where was darkness, I got a little bit of light that's still gonna shine even brighter. So that's how it's saying. That's how the mental changed in order to change my life. Yeah.
That's dope, man. I'm not gonna lie.
How would you say?
Oh, shit.
Basically, one thing that has changed in how you live your life that has affected it completely.
So I basically try to stop. How do I put this, bro? I need to start like, cause like I said, you and I have like a the opposite problem.
Yeah.
Where like I give so much, but like I don't get anything, and then I think my grace extends, or my grace covers us both enough for your lack of like action.
Yeah.
So one thing I've been trying to change is trying to bridge gaps that the other person clearly doesn't want to bridge. Because I can't build the bridge for both of us to get through. You know what I mean? If you're not willing to meet me halfway, and this is in friendships and relationships, if you're not willing to meet me halfway, then I can't keep doing that. Because like what you have is like finite. Like the energy you have is going to deplete. Like you know that saying, you can't keep pouring into people's cups, but nobody's pouring into you.
Yeah.
That's real shit. You can only do so much. And once you realize that like there's no effort on the other side, I feel like that's at a point you have to call it quits. So for me, saying that I like to give, and like I'm not receiving, it's about like changing it in a sense of like, okay, this is as far as I'm willing to go. And if you're not willing to get there, just dip out. Like, but it's like difficult, you know, because if you grow up a certain way, that's all that you know. So trying to change a habit that's so fundamentally me is difficult, but I can see it.
Because it's been you for so long.
Yeah, like it's literally
It's
who
like-
you are at that point.
It's like you grow up for like how old are you now?
23.
It's like you grow up for like 21 years, right? Then you have to hit up a 360, not a 360 necessarily, but now
180.
180. You need to learn how to maneuver in a way that you haven't maneuvered.
You need to
for
unlearn
the rest-
everything that you know.
basically, and
Yeah.
that's hard.
Yeah, it is.
That's hard.
So yeah, man, that's really because like now that I'm like not doing it, another like cliche expression, like you see the plants that you're the one who's consistently watering, and nobody else is watering it as well.
Yeah.
So you can see you here. So you really see who's genuine, who isn't. So that's really changed my perspective on life in general. You can't be two parts of something. You can only be yourself.
True, bro. True. Remember our last episode when I said, like I'm starting to change, and not everyone is gonna like the change.
change.
Yeah, it's literally that. Like people like you just the way that you are because it validates their actions. Understand? So when you stop validating their actions, they're gonna stop liking you, and you have to be comfortable with that. To say that, okay, bro, I'm gonna stay true to myself.
myself.
You
Understand?
cooked with that one, bro. Nah, you
Shout
should cooked with that one. Shit.
Me personally, one thing that has changed, I'm just gonna swing left. You guys have been going right, but what has changed for me is something that I don't actually want it to happen. the change that I'm experiencing right now. And for me, that change that's happening is not letting people in. Like I've that's the biggest change that I've noticed in myself. I don't let people in no more. And
Did you suffer from letting everyone in though?
yeah,
Okay.
for like my whole life growing up, I perceived everyone to just come with true good intentions,
Yeah.
genuine intentions.
Yeah.
And that's just how I grew up. I don't know if that was a bad thing
It was.
or a good thing, but now it's changing, bro. It's like now I can't let people in, bro. I stop myself. Like I can, and the moment where I feel like, okay, I see myself being genuine with this person, and I feel like, okay, but I don't want to, that's when I back off. And I don't want that to happen, but it's happening. And that's been drastically changing my life in terms of friendships, relationships. That's something that's been happening.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the same time, I do like it now. For one reason, it gives me more time, and it gives me more energy to give to the people that I actually already have in my life.
Yeah.
Basically. So now, because I'm not letting new people in,
You can focus on.
I can focus on the people that are already there.
Yeah.
I can spend time more
You
with
can
the
keep
family.
watering into those plants.
Yeah, to the ones that I already have. I just don't know if it's a good thing that I'm so closed off right now, or it's a bad thing. I just don't know.
I guess, do you think it's a bad thing? I don't know. I don't know if it's like a bad thing. I mean, shit, man. If you perceive everyone to have like good intentions, then constantly letting everybody in must be draining.
It is.
Yeah.
You know when it becomes draining, really, when it breaks my heart is when it's someone that you actually thought it was genuine. Then you notice, oh shit, it's not genuine. That's when it really breaks your heart. Even friendships, like people like to say, who hurt you, or how do you move like this? And I'd say, for me personally, the person I am today and it being hard for people to come in wasn't even because of girls. It's just because of ordinary relationships, like friends. It's like, you're my friend, bro, and you move like that. So what's a girl gonna move like?
Yeah.
If you're my friend and you can move like that. So I've been hurt more by friends than actual girls.
I think that makes sense, bro. Cause like with Hans, it's a matter of like just real shit. They come and go. Like that's just,
That's crazy.
Nah, like,
That's coming go. That's
like-
the last thing I expected.
not in the sense of like I'm just gonna go fuck around, but
Yeah.
like the fact of the matter is, you could go out tomorrow and find a new girl. You could do that.
Yeah.
True.
But how many real niggas are you gonna go
Are
out
you
and
gonna
find
go out
tomorrow?
and find? Yeah.
That's
So
why-
that's when it hurts me
yeah.
deeply. Like, damn, you moving like that? It's crazy. God. Yeah.
Facts.
So I don't know. I'm at the point where it's happening, and I see that's the biggest change in my life. But I don't want it like that. I want to be able to look at people and give them the benefit of the doubt. I just can't anymore.
I think it's good that you don't want that, but at the same time you have to understand if it's something that you need, because you're not gonna always get what you want, but you always need something. You understand? Is it what you need? Understand?
Now I feel
So I think it's rather stop going for once, because we don't want the baddest girl in the room, but is she?
I want the most genuine.
Yeah.
I want the most genuine.
So
There,
let me
there
ask
is,
you.
no, the thing is, the first, what I always say is the first thing that attracts me is definitely going to be your looks.
Yeah.
But then the second one, the first thing is the looks, but the most important is how you genuinely are. So you can
For
be
sure.
in my eyes, you can be a 10 out of 10, but if your character is like 0,
Yeah.
it's not gonna, although you have the first thing, it's not the most powerful for me.
Now, in that same analogy, you walk in a room with two girls. One is beautiful, one is alright, You know.
But that's my problem. Though. I wouldn't give the alright one a chance.
See, that's the thing. The one that
I'm just being real. Bro.
nah,
Hey.
be real, bro. The one who's alright is genuine. The one who's not alright is actually beautiful. I mean,
Then they both not alright.
but here's the thing: you want the one who's genuine.
I want a combo
No,
combination.
you need the
combination.
Listen, you need the one who's genuine, but you want the one who's beautiful. You understand? So I feel like that's your friendships, bro. You were going for fuck niggas. Sorry for the language. But yeah, you're going for fuck niggas. Why do I repeat that?
Sorry for my
emphasis.
language.
But you need genuine niggas. Go for ugly, bro. Not ugly, but alright.
Man, I think.
Have you noticed this nigga doesn't agree with anything you say? Bro? He doesn't
No,
agree with anything
I was
you
about
say.
to agree. I was about to agree. I really was, bro. But I think, like real shit. I think we all need a little ugly in our lives. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing. We all need like a little bit of a
Nah,
rant.
bro.
And the
You
reason,
need
hold on,
ugly.
wait, let me cook. Let me
I'm
cook.
good.
Let me cook. Like let me land.
Yeah.
land. What I say is like sometimes like we prioritize the aesthetic of a person as
Yeah.
opposed to who they are.
Yeah.
So even if they're like, what I'm saying is like, don't go for someone that isn't physically your type. But even if they're like not the peak of like who you physically be with,
No.
but they match all of your like what you want in a person, then like why not do that?
Yeah.
And it's not like you're settling, because the only way to like create a sustainable relationship with someone is to actually have like aligned sort of like views or whatever, like
Yeah.
someone who's probably
Yeah.
genuine.
True.
That's what I mean when you need a little ugly, not like. Not like
Wait, repeat that.
So let me ask you, bro. So, say, you meet a girl and she has everything that you want, bro. But she's not it.
What's not it?
She's not it, bro. She's not your type. Like when you wake up the next morning, you won't be happy with yourself. You're gonna question yourself, bro.
Bro, I've never experienced that,
That's
and I
KB.
don't want you to, bro.
That's not what I mean by a little ugly. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean at all. You don't want to wake up and be like,
I don't like a personality.
You need a balance. What I'm trying to say is you need a balance, bro. You need a balance. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you need a balance. That's
Oh, it's like it's that analogy that niggas likes to use that 9 out of 10 is better than a 7 out of 10 is better than a 9 out of 10 with the right personality. Basically, that's what he's saying.
I go for the 9. Tit for tat. Ball for ball. 10 out of 10, bro. Playoffs. I'd go for the 9.
That's why you're gonna get
And
hurt.
the last
bro.
shot, I just want to know. You know that video with Shannon Sharp? It's like, when we go to sleep tonight, just know I gave it my all. I gave it my all. It's the same thing, bro. When I look at that rim from the 3-point, bro, and I see the 2-pointer, but I'm like, damn, I could really hit this.
You could really make that 3-pointer though.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot it. I will shoot it, bro.
Feel you.
Yeah.
But that's what we have for today, guys. I hope you guys got a lot from that.
Yeah.
We try to get a different perspective on things, and I like that you actually didn't agree with some of our
Yeah. Absolutely.
opinions, because for me, it like no one will have the same. Not
Yeah.
everyone will have the same
Yeah.
opinion, and that's how you build your character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You a lot. We're people of opinions, bro. Genuinely. At least, bro is not a yes man. Don't surround yourself with yes men, bro.
Real shit.
Genuinely.
That's the worst, bro. You see, if you surround yourself with yes men, you're fucked.
Genuinely. Try it for you, bro. Try it for you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please like, comment, speak with us. If you're watching this live, comment. Run those comments up. Run those likes up. Please share.
And girls, if you want to slide, his Insta handle will be down there.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
They will slide.
I think
Not
I
a
don't,
little ugly. Nah, I'm joking. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But like, nah, guys. I'm looking for a wife. So like, bro, don't fuck around here.
Bro, I did not expect that. That's the last thing I expected. That's the last thing I expected.
he can put his foot down, bro.
You don't fuck around.
That's crazy,
No
bro.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically.
okay.
Yeah.
Unless
So-
you're fine shit. then we'll see, man.
Fine shit.
Alright, shout out, guys.
Appreciate
Enjoy
you.
the rest of your year. You're gonna see more from us.
Yeah.
Take that.
This nigga's been feeling with the bottle the whole time. Just tune in. This is the 20's podcast.
20s.
And we'll be talking about everything.
20s.
2020.
2020 vision, the 20s